Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the FCS Prep Podcast, where I'm your host, Dr. Keith Fairclough. And this is where you can expect to receive real change right now. Listen, we're going to continue with the men series, talking about what it means to be a man. We touched on some of the things last week, talking about, being a leader, being a provider, being a protector. But today we're actually going to break down what it means to be a leader, right? So I need you to key in on this. Really important, right? So make sure, of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, so you can get, all the updates when it comes to the videos and things that we're going to be making. So in any case, let us hop into it, all right? Being a leader, what does it mean to be a leader, right? As a man, right? What exactly does that mean to us? I want you to think about it. I can tell you, well, we'll start, before we even talk about what it means to be a leader, let's talk about what a leader is not, all right? A leader is not someone who has unchecked power. Meaning they can just do whatever they want to do, however they want to do, whenever they want to do it, right? That is not what it means to be a leader. A leader is not someone who's above being questioned. See, I don't know if you ever experienced or been under a leadership, whenever you asked a question, you got shot down. That's not what it means to be a leader. A leader is not someone who controls everything. They have to have their hands in every single pot. They got to micromanage you. They got to make sure everyone's doing every single thing at every single point in time. That's also not what a leader is. A leader is not a dictator. It's not someone who just dogs people out and works them to the bone and drags them up. That's not what a leader is. That is not a leader. So if you find yourself exhibiting any of these traits because you think that you're a leader, or maybe because you make a certain level of money or anything like that, I'm here to tell you right now, you are not a leader. Or at least I should say, you're not actually operating as one, because we as men, we're inherently leaders, but just because we're inherently something doesn't mean that we're operating in that thing. You could be inherently athletic. Doesn't mean you're going to be good at a sport if you don't practice. Right? So it's the same thing. This is not what it means to be a leader. It doesn't mean making every decision. I know a lot of times you think about that, like, I have to make all decisions, or I make the final decision. That means I'm the leader. No, it's not what it means. It also doesn't mean you get your way all the time. So if you think, because I get my way all the time, I'm a leader, or I should get my way all the time because that's not what it is. That's not what a leader is at all. That's not what it means to be a leader. If you're defining yourself as a leader because of that, maybe I'm super aggressive and I get stuff done and I'm in people's faces. That's not a leader. That's not a leader either. Okay, great. Yeah, you're getting things done, but at what cost? When you're cussing out your wife, you're cussing out your kids, you're cussing out your employees, you're cussing out this person, or yelling at that person, or dogging this, or being contemptuous towards, maybe you're getting things done, but at what cost? That's not what it means to be a leader at all. What it does mean to be a leader is it means that you guide people. And today we're going to be talking about guiding people, that aspect of being a leader, right? We're going to talk about that. We instruct people. We cultivate people. We pour into them. That's what it means to be a leader. See, to truly be a leader, you actually have to be a servant. A leader's job is to serve those in their care. A leader's job is to guide, to cultivate, to instruct, to build up the people that are in their care. If you're not doing that, if you think I'm just on top to be served by everybody, to be served by my wife and my kids and my community and my business, if that's what you think, then again, I need you to stay to the very end of this whole series and just on the leadership part, because you are so far off the mark. And again, and you wonder why maybe you're losing out on friends, and you wonder why maybe a lot of people don't like you, and you wonder why maybe your wife isn't as connected to you, and you wonder why your kids don't communicate with you, because you're not actually leading. You're being a dictator, but you're not actually leading. And that is what needs to happen. You actually have to lead. You have to guide, instruct, and cultivate. Not dictate and take over and be domineering. That's not what it means to be a leader. But I want to break down in this video today. We can talk about instructing and cultivating in other videos, but today I want to talk about being a guide And see, to be a guide, you have to cast a vision. If you're not casting a vision as a leader, you're not guiding anybody anywhere. And when you cast a vision, you're setting goals. These are what we're trying to accomplish. This is what we're trying to get to. A guide gets you to a predetermined destination. See, if you need a guide, if you're in another country, you're on vacation, you're hiring a guide, their job is to get you to where you want to go. I want to go from this part of the jungle to that part of the jungle. The guide knows where the other part of the jungle is, and their job is to guide you there, to help you get there, to make sure you don't fall into any pitfalls. That's the guide's job. That's our job. As being leaders, a part of it is making sure that we are guiding those that are in our care to whatever our predetermined destination is. And so what that means is you have to cast a vision. You gotta show people that are going to be following you where we're going. See, a lot of times we have so many issues in our relationships, not just marriage, but just relationships and even at work with people, because we're trying to lead people and we don't know where we're going. You start a business and you don't know where you're going. You don't know what your end goal is. You're in the community trying to change it, but you don't know what your end goal is. And a lot of times it's this vague thing. Well, I just want to have a nice community. I just want to do this, in the Black community. I just want to end racism, right? Okay, that's nice. Those are nice things. But what is our specific goal that we're trying to achieve? How are we trying to, as a Black man, how are we trying to end racism? What exactly are we trying to do? And how can I guide the people who are looking to me to get us there? How can I guide them to do that? It's got to be specific. We talked about in my other videos, we talked about SMART goals, or I call SMART goals, because they got to be exciting as well, right? But we talked about that. You got to be able to set good, firm, strong, healthy goals for people to be able to follow as you cast this vision. So they know exactly what we're trying to do, how we know we're getting there, is this even possible, this is why it's relevant to us, and when we're supposed to get there. This is one of those things where, like, if you're driving in the car, your kids are saying, are we there yet? No, we're not there yet, but we'll be there in about 5 hours. We'll be there in 3 hours. We're going to take a little break, but that might add to some time, but we're going to get there. That's what a guide is supposed to do. You cast a vision, you set a good goal. You should be able to tell people if we're meeting it or not, if we're meeting the mark or not, if we're getting to where we're supposed to go, are we still on the same right path or not? That's where it's part of being that guide, is casting that vision. So we need to make sure we're identifying these goals, right? Not just, goals, but also goals for ourselves. We should be able to identify goals for ourselves, goals for our family, goals for our business, goals for our community, goals. We should be setting goals, not just doing things randomly, hoping for the best. Leaders can't do that. We gotta be strategic in how we move. The next part of being a guide is you gotta inspire people. You gotta be able to speak life into the people that are following you. You got to give them hope. Give them something that's going to stand out. Something, right? Pour into them. Hey, you're doing a phenomenal job. Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to achieve this. Hey, when we get this goal, and don't just blow smoke, right? Don't blow smoke. If things aren't going well, keep it a buck and let them know, hey, things aren't necessarily going well. But don't always stay in the mully grubs either, right? Inspire people, speak life into them. And when you're mentoring people one-on-one, or you mention the people that are in your care, and you're pour into them. Pour into them so they can be the best version of themselves possible. Ask them what their goals are. They may be running with you, but they may be running with you for a specific reason. You want to make sure your goals are aligning. See, a lot of times in business, the reason why we have so much trouble is because we got people on our team that aren't really on our team. They might be there for a paycheck, but not really on our team. They're not really looking out for our best interest. But if we have conversations with people, where are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? How can I help you get there? Oh man, well, you know what? Hey, I really want to be director over programs. I want to do this. I want to do that. Yeah. Okay, hey, this is what we can do to help cultivate that. This is what we can do. And I know this video is for men, but I'm going to use an example in my own life, right? And the leader is a woman, right? But just bear with me because the example still follows and it holds true. So I was working for a principal at my last elementary school, the school that I was at before I left school district altogether. And one of the things that I saw in what she was doing as a leader was she was talking to people about, and as far as inspiring people, she was, what are you trying to achieve? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? And so they would tell her, yeah, I want to go into administration, or I want to go into special education, or I want to go into this, or go into that, or blah, blah, blah. I want to open up that. And you know what she would do? Bet, right? Because she has a vision for the school. And she starts putting people in positions to help them get to where they want to go. But guess what that also does? That helps her get to where she wants to go. See, because the missions align. Because now this person, hey, I'm actually being cultivated here. I'm actually being poured into here. You know, I'm inspired to be my best version of myself here. So I'm going to take this opportunity she has given me. I'm going to knock it out. And when they knock out that opportunity, guess who else benefits? She benefits. As leaders, we benefit when we inspire people. When we guide people and have a good goals and guide them and cast a vision and we inspire them, we also benefit. I benefit when I inspire my wife and guide my wife. I benefit when I inspire my kids and guide my kids. I benefit. And when this business blows up and I'm gonna have people in my care, I'm gonna benefit when I'm cultivating them too and pouring into them and guiding them as well. The last part of guiding and being the guide, this part of being a leader, you got to lead with integrity. You got to. Say what you mean what you say. Live by your own words. Do not compromise on your values. People need to see that you hold up under scrutiny. There's so many fake people out there in the world. They get on stage and they're saying this, they're saying that, and oh, this is how you can improve your life, and this is how you can improve your relationship, and this is how you can do this, and Yet their relationship is a disaster. They're on the brink of divorce. Their business is going bankrupt, right? But if they're out here telling you, oh, this, they're struggling with all types of stuff. They're not even living by what they live by. This is going to be, I don't know. I'm going to say it anyways, right? Because even in the therapy field, we got so many people in the therapy field that it's like, I'm going to tell you how to beat anxiety. I'm going to tell you how to understand this. I'm going to tell you how to solve this problem, heal your marriage, and do all this. But yet you're struggling with anxiety, depression, your marriage is on the rocks, you're broke, you don't know how to manage money, shopping's a big issue for you, your weight's out of control. But yet I'm here to tell you how to do your life and do your marriage. We got to lead with integrity, guys. We got to lead with integrity. I mean, even look at a lot of those red pill manosphere type. What happened when these guys actually were called out for the things for not living with integrity? I'm a baller. I'm, alpha male. All this stuff like that. And then once, just pull the thread a little bit. Yeet. And all of a sudden, dang, bro, you don't live by even what you say you live by. You don't even do the things you say you do. You done made all this money. You done lied to all these people and did all these things. And you're not leading with integrity. Guys, I'm telling you right now, to be a leader, you've got to lead with integrity. You've got to. If you're not leading with integrity, I need you to step down and step back and be like, okay, how do I need to get this right? Or at least be honest. Hey, listen, I don't got it all together yet. I'm still working on it. Because even that, being honest and taking responsibility, even that people can get with. Okay, well, man, he's still a work in progress, whatever, right? But you got to lead with integrity. You got to lead with integrity. You got to make sure that you are living by the things that you're teaching it and talking about it. You should be living it. I'm going to give you a couple of quick examples, right? I went to this seminar thing back in 2023, and there was this guy, his name is Ernest, and he does building credit portfolios for businesses, right? And so one of the things that I really liked about him, I'm always kind of skeptical about these things, right? People, they say they talk a great game, right? But are you doing it? Let me see your bank account. Let me see what you're doing. Let me see this. Let me see your stuff, right? I want to see that you're actually doing the thing that you say you're doing. I want to see you're actually living by this thing you say you're living by. And so what did he do? He didn't get up here and talk about, hey, I can help you build your credit. Aren't you sad about your credit and this and this and that and that? And here's the sad thing, right? Before, I think it was a few weeks before, I went to another seminar where that's what they were doing. oh, let me tell you about how, you got to get money and you got to do this and this situation, that situation, the U.S. debt clock, and blah, 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 all this garbage, right? By the time it was all said and done, like, man, and they finally cut to the chase. Yeah, we're trying to get you to drop like $20,000, $30,000 on this program with us. I'm like, nah, miss me with that, bro. Miss me with that. I don't even see any of your portfolios. I don't see any of your stuff. There's no evidence that you actually live by and do the thing you say you live by and do. So nah, I can't rock with you like that, man. I need to make sure you are actually living by the thing you say you're living by. You say that thing cured you, I want to see the evidence, man. I want to see the before and after pictures. I want to see that. So, back to Ernest. So what does Ernest do? He says, you know what? Hey, don't take my word for it. Man, hit the LeVar Burton Reading Rainbow. Don't take my word for it. Look at all the credit cards I got. All these in my business name. Hey, you can pass it around and hold on to it, touch it, look at it, taste it, whatever. Hey, look at this thing. I'm pulling up this information here. You can look at this person. We did this and this. We did that and that and da-da-da-da and this and this. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, bet. And then he took it a step further. So actually I started while I'm working with him on that. Took it a step further. You know what he did? He's like, listen, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to do it with my wife's stuff. I'm going to do it with my wife. I'm going to build her business credit portfolio from scratch right in front of you guys. And sure enough. And I'm sold. And then guess what? This man was leading with integrity because every single thing he said to do, I did. And every single result he said I would get, I got. That's leading with integrity. But if you don't lead with integrity, then people aren't going to trust you and they're not going to want to follow you. That includes your wife. That includes your kids. That includes your employees. That includes everybody. And no one's going to want to follow someone who has no integrity. I'm going to stop here, right? We're going to wrap it up. We'll get into other things. We'll get into the part of leadership about instructing. We'll get into that about cultivating. But today was about being a guide. That part. And so to help you with that, I'm going to leave a link in the description to a file that you could actually download so that you could actually start setting out goals, personal goals, professional goals, goals for your family. You're going to be able to start setting out goals so you can actually start casting the vision and actually start making moves to get to where you want to get to, where you want your family to get to, where you want your business to get to, where you want your community to get to. You're going to be able to start doing that. Real specific goals using the SMART goals formula, or again, SMART goals formula. All right. So I'm going to leave that in the description for you so you can get access to that. And listen, if you're struggling, if you're like, man, Keith, this hit home, bro, I need help. I need you to book a consultation. I need you to get with me. Let's get together so we can get you on the right path, right? Again, you are built and designed by God to be a leader. It's just part of who you are as a man. With the XY chromosome, as a man, you are designed to be a leader. So let's get you there. Stop waiting. Let's get you there. There's no sense in waiting any longer. Life's not going to get better just by osmosis, just because. Let me get in your corner so I can help you. Hit the link in the description. Get yourself a free consultation. And let's start working together and get you where you need to be. Listen, FCS Prep, guys, there's a real change right now. We'll be back. Y'all take care. Have a great, awesome, and blessed day.